Good morning! Coming to you live from Axe Media Group headquarters here in the beautiful Springfield, Missouri. It's the Morning Drive with Matt and Jay with your hosts, Matt and Jay. And for our chickens out there,
because chickens are like fish.
are they?
Yes.
Fish are like chickens.
Right. One is like the other.
And the other's like the one. We've been practicing that all morning.
That did seem a little...
I was hoping it would have a little bit more oomph to it.
Yeah. It was funnier when we invented it,
Yeah, it was.
when it never had been heard before.
Yeah.
When it was unheard of.
Yeah. That's unheard of, Jay. All right. I think your volume needs to come up, Jay.
Yo, hey, what?
No, it's okay now.
It's okay now.
All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Morning
Good
Drive
morning.
with Matt and Jay. My name is Matt.
My name is Jay.
We're going to have everybody on board with us today.
.bz.
.bc. It's going to be one of those fun, weird, crazy days. Okay, first things first, pray for Steve McAllister. He is stuck on the side of the road on mile marker 30 on 65 between... I think Highlandville, like on the other side of Highlandville from here. And his car just died, and so he's stuck on the side of the road, and it's 10 degrees outside.
The police stopped.
The police stopped, the highway patrol stopped and told him if he can't get a tow or anything to call Star 55, and I'm pretty sure they will come out and get him and take him somewhere warm so he doesn't freeze to death. So I'm thankful about that because that's what I was worried about the most. I mean, it sucks that his car's broke down, but we don't want to lose him because he's stuck out in the cold. So that's what we got going on. Pray. Still no, and he's going to keep us posted ASAP, he said, and let us know what's going on. He said it sounded like it was trying to start there for a minute, but it wouldn't. So, anyways. That's that. All right, good morning, everybody on AxeRadio.com. We're already live on Facebook and YouTube, or YouTube. Hang on a second, let me...
Good morning, Philip.
Steve Schultz.
Mr. Steve Schultz.
Steve Schultz.
He's back.
El Steve Schultitza.
Yeah, that.
All right. Who else is on there? Boy, that's good. That's good Death Wish coffee there, buddy.
Is it?
Oh yeah, that's good coffee there.
Yeah.
Morning, guys. Looks cold. Jay looks cold.
You know, I'm toasty.
Toasty warm. Let's see here. I am going to. There we go.
It was cold this morning.
You know, cold is
Super cold.
really not. I mean, that seems like. I mean, it's really cold out there.
That's why I didn't ride a motorcycle.
Yeah, that and the possibility of black ice.
Yeah. Well, no, I would have rode the motorcycle if it was just the cold.
Ah, yeah. As you want to try out your cold gear
Right.
and see how well it
Now,
works.
my arm's messed up, and my shoulder's messed up. But the thing is, I rode Noah's car to work yesterday and then to the doctor. It's harder to drive a car if your arms are messed up. Because look, this is how you do a motorcycle. With a car, you're like this. If your arm and shoulder's messed up, it's not cool.
You need Mr. Miyagi.
I need Mr. Miyagi to wax on and wax off. Hey, I merged today, so it is live.
You
So
merged
How
today.
you doing, Steve? Steve,
Steve-
are we still hearing from him?
Yeah. Steve McAllister? Not yet. He said, tell our audience to pray. I will update you ASAP. And I said, we will. I'm sorry I couldn't be more help. He said, that's okay. So, today we're going to talk about preparedness.
Yes.
Something that I've not been very good at in my entire life.
Me either.
Would I have made the same decision? Probably.
I'm getting better short term though.
Yeah. Short-term memory loss?
No, short term preparedness and planning and all that stuff. But I haven't got more of the long term arranged yet. I know where I should get as far as being prepared,
Yeah.
but or at least I know the milestones that I should be reaching and striving for, and I am making some progress on those things. But I need to make a change, because unless I change something, it's just going to be the way it is now.
Right.
So I need to change something in my plan drastically and conduct myself in a new way.
Yeah, because, I mean, the only other real peace of mind you can have is that Jesus saves. But other than that,
And
you
I
need
have
to.
that.
And Steve McAllister joined us, so he's watching from the side of the road.
Yeah.
And we're glad you're still alive. Also, another thing we want to talk to you guys about as far as preparedness during the wintertime, always keep blankets, candles, flashlights.
They have some cool... Zippo has a cool hand warmer thing.
Does it?
Yes. Now, and it does work with lighter fluid, but it is not a flame. And you do light it with a flame, but really all you're doing is heating it. And then once it starts the chemical reaction, it heats, and you can have a hand warmer that produces up to 160 degrees of heat for up to 12 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
That sounds expensive.
And it's about half the size of this phone. No, it's about right now you can get them for $15. It's a Zippo too.
And that's, they're not a sponsor, but that's a good brand.
You know, it's a good brand. Yeah,
my
they
pipe
actually took over
and
the
cigar
hand
lighter
warmer
is a Zippo.
Is it?
Yeah, and it's got the hole in the side, so you can use it for your
To suck the flame,
flame through?
into. No, I
Um,
don't like lighting cigars and I don't like lighting.
See,
cigars.
I love the taste of Zippos. You know what?
I do love it with a cigarette.
With
yeah.
cigars,
I mean, something I-
with pipes, I enjoy it with pipes. With cigars, I also enjoy the taste of a good old wood match.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's actually probably the best way to light a good cigar.
I think because it doesn't really leave much of a taste.
Oh, true. You're tasting the
Or a Bic.
or a Bic.
For cigars, I light mine with a Bic.
Yeah, I try to keep. I keep a magnesium block in my car,
Yeah.
and a fire starter.
To light your cigars.
No, just in case. Like, let's say we're driving
say
somewhere in the middle of the night and it breaks down, and I have to start a fire. I know that's far out there, far-fetched thinking,
Yeah.
but it's not impossible that situation would happen.
Right.
Um,
The weather is pretty bad out there. It's like, what is it now?
well, see, it was 10 degrees.
11 degrees right now.
Yeah, but the wind chill, which, the wind chill is a factor, and it's very dangerous. Like, for instance, okay, so it's not. I got 9 degrees on mine. Let me see if, and that's at 8:11, according to AccuWeather forecast. 9 degrees Fahrenheit, the real feel, or the wind chill, is -3.
Yeah.
Humidity at 76%, wind speed at 9 miles per hour, and there's really no UV index right at the moment, which it's getting ready to, the sun is coming out, so it's going to warm up a bit. Now, it says that there's snow starting at 85 minutes
What?
on this. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so don't leave the house unless you have to.
I don't see, this is all sunny, so I don't see where the snow is coming in at.
I put plastic up over all my windows at home and my patio door. And, man, you could tell the difference. As soon as it went up, as soon as the plastic was up over the windows, you could feel a difference in the room.
Yeah.
Because it cuts out a lot of the draft. Now, my walls aren't insulated, so I get a conductive draft. The cold leaches through the walls, sinks to the floor, and you feel a draft across the floor.
Mm.
And if you're close to the walls, you feel it coming from the
So you don't want to
wall.
walk around your house barefooted.
I mean, you can.
Unless
But it's
Matt's there,
cold,
then you're going
and
to get
you'll be
sugar on the
cold.
bottom of your feet.
It'll get you cold, yeah, yeah.
Now, that's right, Steve says you need a metal coffee can for the candle in your car. Now, growing up, that's one of the things that Mom and Dad always had me do
Or 2.
during the wintertime. I always kept a couple of candles, a heavy blanket, and I even actually keep a couple of cans of food in my car.
Yeah.
Like Chef Boyardee or something.
And this weather is hard
generic.
on cars.
It is. It's really hard on batteries also.
Yeah. And antifreeze goes bad.
Antifreeze goes bad.
So that's why the people change it. Oh, yeah.
That's why you flush it.
That's why you flush it. That's why you have to keep adding antifreeze, because they have testers. So if your antifreeze doesn't keep, it'll tell you what the quality of the chemicals in it are and what temperature it'll work at.
Is that what
There's
that
a
is?
Mm-hmm. And so then if it doesn't, you have to drain some and add some. And it might tell you how much you're supposed to add too in the booklet. But you should be testing, especially when, like, these are single digits. And in single digits, you should be testing those things.
Yeah.
And make sure, because you don't want to, because it'll freeze.
Yeah, and it'll break your
It'll
motor.
break your car, yeah.
Yeah, because there's whenever ice is of almost unstoppable force. Whenever it freezes,
It is unstoppable.
it expands. Like you could use that to break rocks apart and metal apart.
Yeah, places where that, so yeah, it depends on the temperature and what's containing it.
Yeah,
Like your pipes at home. So your pipes may not freeze, right? Because the pipe and the pressure contains it, so it can't freeze solid. Until it gets to a certain temperature, then it will break the pipe. But another thing about that, which people don't realize, is as soon as you turn the faucet on, you release pressure.
yeah, and then it freezes
And
instantly.
then it can instantly freeze.
Yeah, I've seen that with bottled water. You put it in the freezer, and
Can be the same with a car.
Yeah.
Once that fan kicks on and it starts to pump more.
yeah, and I don't think that's the case with Steve though, because he made it 25 miles. So I'm pretty sure his car was warmed up.
Could have been the thermostat opened and the pressure changed. So it
possible.
could have been not frozen solid enough that the water could freeze under pressure, but then once the thermostat opened up, it froze.
Now I can't let my water drip, Steve. But what I do is I open up the cabinets, and I have the 2 electric radiator heaters, and I have them setting pretty close to each one of them. I have the cabinets under the sink in my bathroom, and then the cabinets under the sink in the kitchen / living room / dining room / breakfast nook / driver's seat, passenger
Slashes. It's all
Um,
slashed.
seat / cab. So I do that, and then I set my furnace down to 55 or 50. So if something happens to my radiator heaters, the furnace will kick on because I got to conserve propane.
Yeah, because
propane.
you said your drain will freeze if you leave it drip.
Yeah, my drain will freeze, and it'll freeze up. So because at one point in time, whenever I first moved in there, first winter I was in there, I had a heater wrapped around the hose, and
The supply line or the drain?
the supply line and the drain,
Oh.
but that still wasn't enough. We had 2 brood lamps that were like 250 watts apiece.
Whoa.
So, needless to say, that first month, the electric bill shot through the roof.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
So, now I was letting it drip,
Right.
and then I came in, and thank goodness the tank had been emptied right before that because it froze solid all the way through the plumbing line.
Right.
Because we plumbed it to the septic tank,
Uh-huh.
and it froze solid
Yeah.
for like 3 or 4 days. We were without any kind of water, any kind of using the restroom. Because nobody wants to go down there and break ice apart like that.
Yeah. And it's 10 degrees.
Yeah.
I mean, don't leave the house if you don't have to. That's what I would say. I mean, it's easy to say that in hindsight.
Yeah.
Because now that Steve's out there on the highway.
Yeah. And, and we're using you as an example here, Steve McAllister, because we love you, and we're wanting to make sure that nobody else has this issue. Always be prepared. If it's going to be deathly cold, literally deathly cold, bring a blanket and some candles.
Yeah.
And some hand warmers. They sell those hand warmers. Those are pretty cheap. You can get them at Harbor Freight, a whole case of them for what, like $10 or $12 or something like that.
Mary Gill, good morning, all.
Good morning, Mary Gill, Sister Mary Gill, from Pakistan.
She's been asking about fundraising.
Fundraising for her programs. So if you're interested in helping out Mary Gill, you can look her up on Facebook. She's one of our friends and a regular on the show. She's actually a top fan. Thank you, Mary. Steve Schultz, what happened to you? You're not a top fan anymore. But Steve McAllister is.
Yep.
But we still love you, Steve Schultz. Marsha Holland is a top fan. Welcome. Scott actually has been home for the last couple days because I guess the tandem, like the wheel and the hub and everything, came out from underneath the thing on his trailer in Oklahoma. So he got to come home for a little bit.
While he was on the highway?
Yeah. And, oh, yeah, it's time for a commercial. All right, so let me put my face up here. You ready, Jay?
Yep.
Do it.
There you are, sir.
Hey, everybody. Matt here, coming to you live from my desk, or a.k.a. the table here at Axe Media Group. Oh, I forgot to do the disclaimer. I'm going to do it now. The views and opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily the views and opinions of Axe Ministry, Axe Television Network, or any of its subordinates and or nonprofits. So, yeah. I got to start doing that.
Are you still doing Axe?
Yeah. Oh, it's right in my face
.bz.
still. I get so confused sometimes. But yeah, today's show is brought to you by NaturalSolutionStore.bz, where you can find almost all of your natural solutions needs. So let's say you've got achy shoulders, achy wrists, achy knees. We have a product for that. Super Hemp Balm. We also have hemp oil. Now, another product that I haven't talked about in a while is CBD capsules. Now, it comes in 10, 25, and 50 milligram doses. That way you can find the dose that works best for you. And this stuff, it works great. It works great. I know Jim takes it all the time, and he would not be able to sleep at all, ever, without it. So go online. Check it out. You can read all about it. Now, remember, we are not doctors, so you should always check with your physician before changing your diet or using your food. Also, these statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Go online, NaturalSolutionStore.bz, and pick yourself up a bottle of CBD capsules today. Back to you.
.bz. There we are. We're back, sir.
I'm a little slow running today.
Me too.
You know,
Yeah.
it's cold.
It is
It takes
cold.
a while for the motor to start running.
We
We'll
have
continue.
a friend out there on the road.
Yeah. He's on the highway. It's cold.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I thought of. Oh no, having a car breakdown sucks, but having a car breakdown in 10-degree weather sucks even more.
Yeah.
So stay prepared, people.
Yes.
See what we got. Would you like to come back on the morning drive? Oh, I would like to come back on the morning drive. That's what Marcia said.
Yeah.
Mario said, we are practicing for performing Jesus' profile view and tell the people Jesus' birth with the children right now. So she's teaching them to act out, I guess, and talk and teach about Jesus' birth. And yes, Marcia, you're always welcome on here. You know that. And she says, please, friends and family in Christ, help us in this mission. Serve the Lord in Pakistan.
She's baking.
She is. Oh,
So
you know
she
what
need
that?
holiday
You know why?
Why?
Because Thanksgiving's coming up here before long.
Well, she says if you need holiday pies, let me know. So
Oh.
she will make holiday pies for you.
Well, she makes them in little jars.
Does she make whole pies
Little
too?
Oh yeah, little personal jars though. She makes them in little personal jars, and
Well, Marcia, you need to just post up there a
Marcia Holland,
A price
we need
list
to have you
and a contact.
on more. Maybe even do your own weekly show at some point.
Who said that?
I'm baking. If you need holiday pies, let me know. That's Dennis Everson that said that. And yes, I would love that, Dennis. So I started. I've been listening to that audiobook, that commentary on the Bible by Dr. Chuck Missler, and I didn't quite get all the way through the book of Daniel. I switched it up a little bit, and now I'm listening to the book of Matthew.
Yeah.
And the one thing we were talking about was the book of Ruth and the significance of it in regards to, because, I mean, if it wasn't for Ruth and Naomi
Reconnecting to the line of David.
reconnecting to the line of David.
The line of, what was that? Is it not Benjamin? What tribe is that?
I can't remember now.
I don't remember.
I'll think of it here in just a minute. The one thing we haven't talked about yet, it's coming up on Thanksgiving. We're usually
.bz.
all the time talking about food.
We
Are
have-
you ready for Thanksgiving? Are we doing a Thanksgiving thing at your house this year?
So, Ruth, it brought up food. Because she was out in the field,
Yeah, gathering wheat.
wheat, after the harvest.
Yeah.
What do they call that?
Threshing.
No,
No.
she was out there getting what was
Harvesting.
left over.
Oh yeah. Well,
There's a word they have for that.
and Boaz made sure that they left a lot of extra behind just for her, so that because he said, don't just give her the scraps. Let her leave whole entire stalks behind for her to be able to gather. That's a really, truly a wonderful and amazing love story.
Yeah.
I love that story.
And she was taking care of her mother Naomi.
Her
mother-in-law.
mother-in-law. Let's see what we got. Susan Burrows, good morning. Marcia says, yes, I will make them whole, and I will make them one for, she says she's going to make one for the show.
Nice.
All right, bring it on.
Yeah, better get that in here soon so we can tell everybody.
So what kind do you want
We
her to
should
make?
have one a day.
You want apple? Or do you want cherry? I love cherry pie.
Cherry's good.
Cherry pie.
I like pie.
Yeah, you know what kind of pie you like? The round kind. Or the square kind.
Even if they make it square. If
Or
it
even
was
if it's
shaped
like a fish.
star.
Even if it's shaped like a fish.
Yes. Or chicken.
Or
'Cause
chicken.
Fish are like chicken.
And chicken are like fish.
One is like the other.
And the other's like the one. See, that was better than the first time.
Yeah.
Still not as funny as the first time we just said it, but
Yeah. They're so much alike. Fish
So-
and chickens.
we also need to figure out, are we having a thing at your house this year for Thanksgiving?
You know, I have no plan about it, and
Because you had one last
financially, I don't know.
year.
'Cause the
Pecan, Steve
turkeys
says.
are quite a bit. Yeah, pecan is good too.
Yeah.
So I'm saying one a day.
I'll be sure and borrow someone's insulin and use it before I eat that pecan pie.
Yeah, so I don't know if I'm doing this year. I want to.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure. I mean, because our friend Kevin wants to do something too.
Yeah.
He's got a new apartment. I'm sure he wants to have a family get together there.
Right.
Family and friend get together. So we might end up having like 3 or 4 different ones we're going to go to this year. I know that you have a standing invitation at Marcia and Scott's house.
I'm going to go this year. I missed it last year.
Yeah.
And I just really missed it.
The hash brown casserole is Marcia's famous dish that she always makes, which is really,
Did I
really
miss it?
delicious.
Did I miss it? The
Yeah,
last
you missed
2
it last
years?
Yeah, yeah. And then, of course, the dessert table.
Where have I been going instead?
I'm going to your brother's house.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
The dessert table is always amazing. There's usually like a pumpkin log.
A pumpkin log.
Um,
The whole thing is pretty great. Yeah.
Marcia said the Lord put the Book of Esther on her heart. How about coconut cream? We're
No.
back and forth on all this.
I'm not a coconut cream.
I'm a
fan.
chocolate cream pie guy
Chocolate
all
cream's good.
the way, all the way.
What is coconut cream?
Coconut cream. It's like cream.
I don't like the meringue.
It's coconut cream.
I'm not a meringue fan.
I'm not a meringue fan either.
I'm a disfanuous.
Dis
Unfanly.
disfanuous. Gracie and Tom will be managing the show today.
Gracie and Tom.
Wait a minute. No, we're not. No, they're not. That was an old message.
Very old, huh? Because I was going to say, Gracie, we haven't seen her.
Okay, so Amber from Something to Celebrate had a flat tire.
Uh-oh.
So they're not going to be starting until about 10 after 9.
A flat tire.
Man, everybody's having problems with their cars this morning.
Oof.
Um,
This is not the right weather to be getting stranded.
I know. I'm pretty sure that everybody that is stranded in this weather agree with that.
Makes me regret leaving the house this morning.
Well, you didn't exactly. I mean,
Well, and you got new tires.
I got new tires.
You got a good car.
I got a good car. Praise God.
Your tires aren't so new anymore. My Jeep's got new tires. It's really
Yeah,
good.
but they don't have more than
They
20,000
don't
miles
roll,
on
though,
them.
because
Because
my Jeep doesn't work.
It works. It just doesn't come out of first gear,
Yeah, which means it doesn't work.
which would be really bad on ice.
Would also be really bad
Yeah.
for the motor.
Priscilla Kemp, good morning. Welcome to the show. So, one thing I'm looking forward to this year, as I always look forward to, green bean casserole and ham gravy. You don't put ham gravy on green bean casserole. Have you ever had ham gravy?
Why not? Yes, you do.
I guess, yeah. Yeah, you could put ham gravy on anything.
You have to put ham
Put
gravy.
ham
on.
gravy on a rock, and it would be
You
amazing.
go like this with it.
Okay, hang on.
You spot, or you can.
I need
spiral
anybody
out.
got a piece of paper and a pen? I need to write this down, take notes. I remember the first time I ever had ham
Or
gravy.
this, you can do this.
Yeah, just
spread it around
and then you get frustrated with it and just grab it by the pan.
and pour.
Yeah.
Yes. Wouldn't Thanksgiving be better in giant bowls?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Why is this not a thing?
I don't know, but it's happening this year. It's happening. We're gonna call it
The dollar store has big bowls, don't they?
Thanksbowling.
Ooh.
Uh-huh. Well, you can get
Well, it's not thanks plating now.
Don't quit pointing out the flaws in my logic.
What logic? You're fired.
Steve says she can make half pies, half cherry, and pecan.
Ooh, green bean casserole, yes.
That's what I just said, green bean casserole.
We gotta send him one because he needs it.
Steve Schultz,
Yes.
nasty, no green bean casserole?
Yes,
Yeah, we're
indeed.
just going to have to force feed it to you. You won't get your dessert.
Ooh, half cherry and half pecan. Is that possible? You hear my voice breaking up?
Yeah, that's because you're excited about that. That sounds like sorcery.
That's
Is that possible, sister?
They would have to cool well, or else I've eaten it fresh out of the.
Or just put the cherries in with the pecan and mix it all together. Cherry.
We're gonna have to stop. We're gonna have to stop the show early.
Yeah, cherry pecan pie. Oh my goodness.
I wonder why they don't already do that.
They probably do somewhere. They probably have done it before, but were probably burned at the stake for sorcery and witchcraft
Yeah, that could be
because that is sorcery,
Yeah.
not real. I'm joking. That's not a real.
it. It could be.
I mean, that sounds amazing. Now to me,
Tart cherry.
Yeah,
with the
tart
super
cherry.
sweet
tart cherries.
with the super sweet pecan pie
Yeah,
could work.
yeah. Well, there's like if somebody were to Stephanie Shaw, welcome to the show. Long time no
Morning.
see. Linda Fleetwood, hello. Like
My, how I like pie.
Like fresh cherries, I don't know that they would make. I don't know if I'd like those pies. I like the tart cherry pie topping.
I like it with the pie
Or
topping,
pie
with
filling.
the sugar sweet gel. The sugar sweet stuff.
You talking about the ooey gooey stuff that's in the
that
pecan
comes out
pie?
of the can. No, the cherries. Do you ever have the cherry
Oh,
pie
yeah,
filling
yeah,
out
yeah.
of the can?
Yeah,
That
that's what
one-
I'm talking about because they're so tart
Yeah.
and they're so sweet and My mouth is watering so much right now.
It's expensive, though.
Now, this year, I'm going to make, for you guys on this show, pumpkin pie whip.
Pumpkin pie. What?
Pumpkin pie whip.
Can we do that?
Yes. Yes, we can.
Is that legal?
It is legal. It better be. If not, somebody
We're
got bail
we're
money
gonna be
because I'm
taking
going to jail.
We do need to do more cooking shows because people liked it.
And you don't really
and we
need.
got to eat it.
Yeah, yeah. And no, we're going
we
to.
love to eat.
It's a matter of just remembering to get the stuff. And
I love to
you
eat.
know, I love to eat too.
I mean, it'd be on a regular grocery.
Although I'm losing weight and I
budget
don't know
anyway.
how. I'm not really even trying now. I'm not trying to lose weight. I mean, I don't understand it.
That's good. Ooh, that's good.
What'd you say?
I thought this distorted.
Well, you know, every time
distorting
Dennis
the
and Becky are on,
microphone.
we have to adjust it.
Yeah.
My, how I like pie. That's what Steve says.
Amen, brother.
You know, but what's really cool is if Steve's around, we could put the pie in that windowsill and he won't be able to get to it until we get it down for him.
Right.
That was a short joke. We love you, Steve.
We love you, Steve. You wouldn't be able to get that pie.
No,
You'd be like, hey,
it'd be
give me
up
that
too
pie.
high. That
Hey, give me
pie
that
would be
pie.
up too high, and he'd say, "Oh my."
Give me that pie.
We're a little off, a little out of it today.
Yeah. Me too.
So half pies, cherry and pecan. This is now. I'm not done exploring this yet. Marcia, is that possible? Is it possible? That's what I want to know.
Well, the cherry is runny.
Right.
So if you take half a pie out, all the filling will
Yeah, but-
just out into the plate. You can't bake them at the same time.
Maybe
In
you
the
can.
same-
Maybe you can.
Maybe you can.
Maybe you got to mix the goo stuff together before you bake it with the cherries, and that'll make okay.
You'd
So
have to put a bridge in the middle.
no, I'd say mix it all
To
together.
separate the two.
Just mix it all together.
No, you can't do
Mix
that.
it all together.
It
Pour it
doesn't
in
work
there.
that way.
Do the baking thing. You can do
It
it.
doesn't work that way.
Yeah, it does. It
No,
does. I'm sure it does.
The pecan pie has to caramelize.
This is not rocket surgery.
Takes I think the pecan's at a higher temperature for a longer time.
Well, cook the pecans by themselves to get them crispy, crunchy. And then I'm telling you,
Your cherries may dissolve. We have to figure this out.
we do need to figure this out.
This
Marcia,
must be done.
we need to figure this out.
Marsha, we need you to figure this out.
Hey, Marcia,
What we mean by we
that's
need
your
to figure this
assignment,
out.
Marcia. Figure this out, and then we'll be there to try it out and tell you how awesome it is, and
test it out. on us,
then
yeah.
expect you to make more.
You could even think of a cool pastry to put between the two pies. Like
Cherry
as
and
a-
apple
like a
and
wall.
or peach. So apple and cherry, you could cook those together. Those are about the same. Peach. I'm not a peach pie kind of guy, and I don't know why.
Cobbler?
Yeah, no, I
You
don't
don't like peach cobbler?
No, no, I do like apple crisp
Ooh, I like peach.
with the
crisp.
crumbly,
Peach
the crumbly crunchies.
Peach, yes.
No, apple, apple.
I was thinking about that earlier.
What?
Because I made a few things where I made it kind of that way with the butter.
Oh yeah, your apple goo, whatever it was.
Yeah.
So amazing.
Ooh.
And you know what was even
Oh.
better? My favorite. Okay, apple pie a la mode is a classic. You can't beat it.
Apple pie. And a mood.
You
Yeah,
know what I'm talking
what I
about?
do
Where you
now?
a scoop of ice cream on top of a hot piece of pie.
Ooh, yeah.
That is the best.
Yes.
I forgot to turn all
Is that
those
thing
off.
on?
Yeah, that explains why we're hearing a lot of room noise.
Yeah. I hear that too.
That's actually the fan on the turbo fan on the
sure?
computer. Or cobbler cobbler blackberry. Can't do the blackberry cobbler. The seeds are too bad.
They tear my teeth off.
Yeah. Elderberry
It'll
pie
break-
is pretty
break
good.
What I got left. Break-
Elderberry pie is really good.
What is that?
Boysenberry pie is really good. It's really,
As long
really
as you strain
tart.
out the seeds.
Right, yeah. Strain out the
I've
seeds.
had raspberry flips with the delicious raspberry in it with no seeds.
Oh, see, that's more sorcery. Now,
Get
you
the
sell
cream
raspberry
cheese.
flips up where you work.
Yeah, those are the ones
Now-
I'm talking about.
Your niece, Michaela,
Which one? Oh, Michaela.
she could make some pastries. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
She brought out, the cherry ones one time, and then all of a sudden she comes out and there's cheese-loaded ones. And I don't know, and there was a real flaky crust.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, that was good.
I was like, "Where'd you learn how to do this?" She goes, "I just mix some flour together and some salt and some cheese. And
No, just as all.
it's easy." Yeah. I guess I don't even know how you make flaky crust like that. I know that flaky crust is my favorite on pie.
I think it's butter,
Lots of
And-
butter, yeah.
butter, flour, and water.
Butter, flour, water.
Butter, flour, and water, sir.
So it never fails. Anytime I've ever started a diet anywhere near Thanksgiving, that goes by the wayside. It's done.
Why?
The diet's done. Because there's so much food, I can't say no to it.
Psst,
I can't say no to it.
it's good.
It is good.
You know what I like? Turkey,
Cheese balls.
stuffing, gravy.
Oh yeah, and I
mashed
like the
potatoes,
stuffing.
corn, green beans.
put it in
steaming
the-
casserole.
Put it in the broiler long enough to get it good and crispy, so you have the crunchy bits of
Which one?
stuffing.
I like them all that way. I like
Yeah.
every dish that way.
Yeah.
Or not.
Either way.
way.
I like my cranberry sauce, crispy
Yeah, I like crispy cranberry sauce or not.
or not.
I like it all. Man, it's so good. It's been a long time. Been too long.
4 and 20 blackbirds baked
been
in
like
a
a
pie.
year
Dennis
since
Everson says
It's been like a year.
it has been almost exactly a year. Coming up here in about what 2 weeks? No, so, what is some of the weirdest foods that you've ever eaten on Thanksgiving, Jay?
Thanksgiving? Well, the weird would be like when I started going to Scott and Marsha's. I mean, a lot of the stuff they did there was different than ever I experienced.
Now
like
we had
nobody,
turkey and ham.
Anywhere I went, they never had a table full of desserts, like homemade, home-baked desserts, including cheese rolls. What?
And some of it was not homemade.
What?
Oh yeah, their cheese balls are great. They're great.
You know who I got that from? Dr. Wilkie.
Oh, Dr. Wilkie, Dr. Bob.
What? So yeah.
Steve says, "Hey guys, I have an update." Okay, update us, Steve McAllister.
Update. So those were. It was shocking to see anybody do anything any different than
Yeah.
what I had been experiencing
And they
my
have
whole life.
homemade jalapeno poppers.
I remember when
Those
the
were
green
good.
bean casserole came onto the scene.
That was like back in the Roman era, wasn't it?
A little before that.
A little before it,
Got to go back a little more.
because the
Little
Green
further back.
Giant was descended from Caesar, right?
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Mhm.
Ho ho ho.
He got that way because of the green bean casserole.
You
right?
know,
So it
I could
was
see that
before him.
happening.
It was pre-green bean.
I could totally see that happening. You know what else? I'm speaking
it's
of
good.
green vegetables. I've been watching Popeye here lately. A couple of the classic Popeye,
Yeah.
and that was pretty brilliant how they made that to where kids started eating spinach thinking they could be strong like Popeye.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
So, and I mean, back then I thought spinach sucked really bad.
The Popeye.
The Popeye.
I thought you meant pot pie, like
Oh, pot pie.
Yeah.
That works too.
with chicken or turkey.
Now you can do that with leftover turkey.
I do that every year.
Homemade turkey
If
pot
I
pie.
know. I ought to make one with ham, because ham would be just
Curds
good
and
too.
Whey. I was hanging out with Little Miss
Curds and
Muffet
whey.
at the time. Then we got scared by a spider. Now you know what curds and whey is? It's cottage cheese. Essentially.
I don't think cottage cheese has the
Yeah,
way.
The juice is the way.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
The juice is the way to what?
The way to deliciousness.
Yes. Oh, I like that with fruit in it too. I also like it with lots of pepper or even cayenne pepper.
Okay, so update. Steve McAllister says, I am getting assistance from a friend in Branson. It did overheat, and I am taking the car to a garage in Reed Springs.
Oh, good.
Thank you, and thank your friend for us.
Yes.
I know you're thanking them for yourself, but thank you for us too.
How's all the digits?
How's all the digits?
Yeah. He must be cold.
Probably. I mean, I guess if you're parked where the sun could be shining in, it would warm you up a bit.
Yeah.
But I still wouldn't want to be stuck out there
Nope.
in 10-degree weather.
Gosh, I don't know. Why are we talking about Thanksgiving?
Because it's right around the corner.
But I want it now.
Duh.
I want it now.
Now, there was a couple years actually, that we went to Smitty's restaurant.
Yeah.
Remember Smitty's
Right.
and their restaurant for Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
And Grandma and Grandpa are like, it's the best this way because you don't got to clean up anything.
It is not the best.
But no, it is not, because part of Thanksgiving is the family gathering. You know, the camaraderie with family. Now, every family has that crazy person in their family.
No, not
Yeah.
every family.
My
My
thing,
family doesn't have one.
So if your family does not have one crazy person in it that on Thanksgiving, you're probably that crazy person.
What?
Just saying, I am perfectly sane, and I've never been
So it
crazy
can't
a
be
day
you.
in my. It can't be me.
You can't be the crazy one. And if I'm not the crazy one,
And the voices in my head are telling me that I'm not the crazy one.
yeah. Wait.
Um,
Yeah, that's right. Mine agree.
Steve says yes. It's very cold.
It is very cold.
It is very cold.
Do not leave the house unless you have to.
Right, absolutely. You know what? I should have called you and told you not even to leave this morning, because I figured, there might be ice on the roads and stuff, and that is a
Not
long ways.
just the ice, but any kind of thing happens. Like, look, and Amber got a flat tire.
Now, I remember
At
one
least
year
she's still running and hot. She can heat though.
we had snow, and it was a really light, like weight-wise, it was a light snow, but there was a lot of it. So there were a lot of snow drifts, and I went driving down this, and I was in an 86 Chrysler New Yorker. And I was going to see my friend
And
Ed.
what year was this?
It was in 96?
So it was a
1996.
10-year-old car.
Yeah. And it was pretty sharp, but it was low to the ground. And there was a snowdrift.
Ooh.
And I underestimated the depth of it.
Yep.
And so I thought, I can make that. So I got to run and start at it. Went. It was too depth. So I'm high centered on a snowdrift, and I'm almost out of gas.
Oh, nice.
I did have candles in the car,
Good
but
job.
I didn't want to have to use that. And I was probably about a mile and a half away from pretty much anybody.
Ooh, nice.
And we didn't have we had cell phones, but,
They didn't work.
well, they did, but you had to be in the right spot. So I'm sitting there. Actually, I did not have the cell phone with me at the time.
So you snow drifted.
I'm snow drifted.
You're teetering on the edge.
I underestimated the depth. And I closed my eyes, and I looked down. I've got like an eighth of a tank of fuel, and I don't know how long I'm going to be out here.
What time was it?
It was in the morning. It was like 9 o'clock in the morning, Central Standard Time. And I closed my eyes, and I prayed to the Lord. Dear Lord, I'm scared. I don't want to freeze to death. Please, Lord, help me out with this. And I opened my eyes, and as soon as I opened my eyes, there was a four-wheel drive pickup, almost right in front of me. And he hooked up, pulled me out. I said, "How much do I owe you?" "Don't even worry about it. This is what I do." "Okay, well then, God bless you." I didn't have any cash at the time because, let's face it, I was a teenager and blew all my money on stuff I probably didn't really need, but I also paid bills. Anyways, so it looks like an update on Amber. She says she might get here right at 9 o'clock on the dot. So, yeah. Did you just post a minion up there?
That's what I have to say about your story.
That's... Ow, Jay.
He blinks. Watch. He blinks.
I've been watching it. I saw it the moment you put it up there.
Nice, huh?
That's super nice. It's a minion. They're cute.
Yeah.
So I'm looking. That's the topic for today. So I'm gonna veer us back real quick and let you guys
Fish
know
are like chickens.
tomorrow. And chickens are like fish,
Right. One is like the other.
and the other's like the one. Tomorrow, I think we should read Ruth.
Ruth is a good book. We should read it.
I absolutely love that story.
Yeah. Yep.
It's
I don't know how it hasn't. I don't know how it's not more well known.
Well, I mean, it's a love story like you would see, like even on TV, on movies and stuff. It's this star-crossed lovers.
It's really more than one love story.
It is. It is. The main love story that's in it is God's love for us and how He sets things up to make sure that Jesus comes from the line of David. Had it not been for Mary, because see, David. Let's see, Jesus was through the line of David because of Mary. And it's just we'll get more into it as we read. But if you get a chance, read the Book of Ruth if you haven't yet. And then
So
Esther.
I'm sure that these are some of the conflicts that the Jews have with the story of Jesus.
Yeah, and then Esther's another good one because I mean I wish that they had more upstanding, more stories of the women of those times, because these women had absolute astonishing character. Obviously,
Had to have.
to be able to get people
Naomi,
respect like that. Naomi was Ruth's mother-in-law.
the one that Ruth would not leave, and
Ruth,
went
yeah.
with her back to the homeland of Israel.
Even though she had every opportunity to go back to her family and
It
to
said
worship
that
whatever God
she
she wanted to.
Had worshipped the God of Israel.
She worshipped the God of Israel.
Yeah.
And she came back. And so she is a Gentile woman. She is not of any kind of...
No, she's a Jew.
No.
She converted.
She did convert. You're right. But she grew up pagan.
Yes.
And I'm so excited. Tomorrow we'll read about it and we'll talk more about it because this
I
woman...
want to hear Naomi's story. I wish that we knew more about it. It's incredible.
I mean,
If you think... See, that's how I look at things. I try to see what's going on around this.
I mean, I'm falling in love with these women's character. Just how they are. So this is real exciting. I think we'll spend the rest of the week talking about the two prominent women in the Bible, as far as like in the Old Testament, because I think that they're definitely worth it. Like Mary is an amazing woman. Imagine her character is amazing.
Jesus?
Yeah, her character is amazing. Why else would God
She's the mother.
make
of
her the
Jesus.
mother of Jesus? She had to have upstanding character. And then, there's quite a few.
loved the
There's
Lord,
quite a
yeah.
few. I want to actually do study on all the women of the Bible,
Yeah.
like Mary Magdalene.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, and the parents of John the Baptist.
Yeah.
They're upstanding people. So John the Baptist was of the priestly line.
Yeah.
And anyways, so it's about time for us to get out of here.
Yes.
Be sure and go online, naturalsolutionstore.bz, and check that out. And also go to axmediagroup.com and read the Real News Review. There's all kinds of really cool articles in there. Plus, you can see our latest, well, not our latest, but like last week's shows. Yeah, last week's shows.
Last week's shows, you can see those.
Got to keep you on your toes.
Who knows?
I don't know, stop and smell the rose.
It's .bz.
All right, well, now that we're done being weird and goofy, thank you all very much for joining us this morning. We're glad to have you guys. Be sure and tune in next for Something to Celebrate with Tom and Amber. Yeah, so be safe out there. Be prepared. Get stuff to keep you warm and keep you fed in case something happens and you end up stuck on the side of the road.
Do not leave the house if you don't have to. That is
Absolutely.
Just don't do that.
Yeah. So anyways, I'd like to thank everybody for joining us on the Morning Drive today. We'll be back on tomorrow, same time, same channel. So until then, my friends, be sure and read the Book of Ruth tonight to get prepared for tomorrow's lesson. So,
We'd like to hear what you think about it.
right. Until then, God bless you and keep you. We love you. My name is Matt,
My name is Jay.
and this has been The Morning Drive.